Welcome to another episode of Out Loud Geek, where we discuss news and views about pop culture, science fiction, fantasy, food, cooking, the outdoors, and more. So, this weekend's box office is proving to be rather interesting so far. The total gross ticket sales for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness really plummeted, but even though it dropped as much as it did, it's still well ahead of the other film that opened this weekend, which is Firestarter. The Sorcerer continues to reign supreme in North America's multiplexes of madness. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness should easily top the domestic box office in its second weekend. The Marvel superhero standalone sequel took in $16.7 million on Friday from over 4,500 locations, but that's a 81% drop from its massive $90 million opening day a week ago. As with most Marvel Cinematic Universe entries, Doctor Strange 2 is revealing itself to be a front-loaded box office affair, though there isn't much on May's release slate that looks to pose much competition except for Focus Features' Downtown Abbey: A New Era next week and Paramount's Top Gun: Maverick on Memorial Day weekend. After the expected plummet from a fanatic-packed opening day tally, Multiverse of Madness should balance out to around a 67% drop for the weekend. That's on the steeper side of sophomore weekend drops for a Marvel Studios entry, though by starting with the 11th biggest domestic debut of all time, there isn't anywhere to go from there but down. It wasn't going to go up from that. That just really doesn't happen. On Friday, Disney announced that Strange 2 had crossed $550 million globally in just 9 days. The film should surpass $300 million domestic gross sometime over the weekend. So it's doing really well overall, and very likely it has probably broken even at this point because I believe it was produced for about $200 million, which ironically is about the same for what Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore was produced for, but that film isn't even in the top 5 for this weekend. It's not even showing up. Directed by Sam Raimi, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness stars Benedict Cumberbatch, along with Elizabeth Olsen, Benedict Wong, Rachel McAdams, Chiwetel Ejiofor, and Kohidal Gomez. Variety's review called the sequel both entertaining and exhausting, with Owen Gleiberman's deeming it an unhinged ride, a CGI horror jam, a Marvel brain teaser, and at moments, a bit of an ordeal. Meanwhile, Universal's Firestarter didn't. Though the Stephen King adaptation is the only new wide release this weekend, the film isn't sparking at the box office. Firestarter looks to land in 4th place on domestic charts with a projected $3.57 million bow from 3,400 locations. That's really sad. It's opening in 4th place. That's not very good. The film doesn't have many positive impressions on its side, scoring a dismal 15% approval aggregate rating from critics on Rotten Tomatoes and a fairly dismissive C- grade from general moviegoers on CinemaScore. Variety's Gleiberman wrote that the whole thing plays like Logan done in the worst humdrum, rhythmless, made-for-streaming generic style. And with Universal electing to debut Firestarter day after date on its streaming service Peacock, audiences have even less of a reason to roll out to theaters for the horror film. The Keith Thomas-directed Firestarter stars Zac Efron as the father of a girl, Ryan Kiera Armstrong, who has the power to create flames with her mind. Sidney Lemon, Kurtwood Smith, John Beasley, Michael Gray Eyes, and Gloria Rubin also star. The 4th weekend of Universal's The Bad Guys should take the runner-up slot on domestic charts. The DreamWorks animation heist film looks to hit a fairly charitable drop of 30% for the weekend, likely benefiting from the dearth of family-friendly movies in theaters at the moment. Paramount's Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is also fading a slim 30% drop in its 6th weekend, still drawing in young ones and parents. Bounding out the top 5 is A24's Everything Everywhere All at Once, which looks to drop a measly 11% from its previous outing. So right now, there is nothing about Fantastic Beasts, which is sad. I don't think that movie is going to even break even at this point. I had hope that it might reach 500 million, but maybe in another month or two it might if it's still playing in theaters, but it's not looking too good. So chances are I don't think there's going to be a 4 or a 5. There might be, but I'm very doubtful about that right now. But we'll have to wait and see how much more money Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness ends up making for Saturday combined with Friday. So it probably won't be as steep of a drop as what it's looking like right now, but it's still well below its opening weekend. Thanks for watching today, and a huge thanks to everyone who has subscribed to our channel. We appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, and please feel free to share a comment. If you'd like to see more of our videos in the future and help support this channel, please press the red subscribe button, and please press the bell to receive notifications for new content. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter by clicking on the links in the description. Until next time, this is Out Loud Geek.